Hello again. Questions to ask before placing your offer. All right, so we went to the open home. We asked as many questions as we could think of at the time about the sales agent's process for placing an offer. And so now what we're going to do is go home, think about it, and then call the sales agent before you place the offer and ask more questions if you need to. If you need to ask more questions, ask them. Don't just assume anything. Let's have a look at this. So, opening the conversation, look, I think that I have an interesting tip for you. So, imagine you say to the sales agent, "Will you help me buy this house? Will you help me buy this house?" This is a disarming question, and it often catches agents off guard, shifting the dynamic from a purely transactional one to a collaborative approach. It subtly implies that you see them as a potential partner in the process. And to be honest with you, some sales agents get super busy, stuck in their way, used to doing the same thing over and over again. And this can actually be like a breath of fresh air to them, or it might just make them look at you differently or pay more attention to you or want to know more about you. So that's an interesting way to start off your conversation with the sales agent. Just wanted to put it out there. Number two, questions about negotiating the price and terms. Is the seller open to negotiations on the price? This direct question helps you understand the seller's mindset. Are they open to negotiations on the price? When I submit my offer, is the seller going to be open to negotiating it, that price? That's a good question. A yes suggests flexibility, whilst a hesitant no might require a more strategic approach. The answer is probably going to be more or less yes. They're probably going to be negotiating, but what we're trying to do is create a situation where the sales agent and you have got this ongoing communication and it's flowing smoothly. So questions like that are great. Has there been any price reductions? I mean, as a buyer's agent, we've been looking at the market for a bit. We can see when something's, well, that's just dropped $50,000 overnight. What happened there? And price reductions can signal that the seller is motivated to sell, that the property might have some drawbacks. They also indicate potential room for negotiation. If there has been a price reduction, I noticed there's been a price reduction. Can you help me to understand what's going on? What terms would be the most attractive to the seller? This is a key question. Beyond price, sellers consider settlement periods, deposit amounts, and other factors. Tailoring your offer to the seller's preferences can significantly increase your chances of your offer being accepted. Another question is, would they consider selling prior to auction? I've got another video about that, but this question explores that possibility. Number three, understanding the seller's timeline and decision-making process. What's the expected timeline for the sale? What's the seller after? Is it a quick timeline? Do they want it to go on a bit longer? Can you give me some help to understand? When will the seller decide? Is there a deadline for the offers to be submitted? Does the seller like any of the offers so far? What do they think of them? Ask open-ended questions. So, what do they think of the offers that they've received? Instead of do they like them, yes or no, try to be more open-ended. Will there be negotiations after the seller views the offers, or is it just best and final? Best and final is often used. Negotiations are still common. Don't expect that you're going to submit this offer and then just wait and see if you got the winning offer. Next page. Next page. Number four, understanding the market and competition. Ask the sales agent, have there been any previous offers on the property? Knowing about previous offers, even if the agent can't disclose the amounts, gives you a sense of market interest. Multiple rejected offers might suggest a property is overpriced or many things. If there's been multiple rejected offers, I can only imagine that there will be a very frustrated sales agent. So understanding how the offers are sitting in the market and with the competition. Offer submission and communication. So how do you want the offers to be submitted? How will you process the offer after I've submitted it? How will you stay in touch with me during the process? How do you usually communicate with people who submit an offer? You have got high stakes in this. You need to be able to understand how the sales agent is thinking and working, because we're not mind readers. You have every right to understand that. Will you contact me when the seller is viewing the offer so that I am involved in the negotiations? This is crucial. Number 6, contract review. Do you have a contract I can peruse? Always ask for a copy of the contract before making an offer. Most agents have one available, some don't. And it's not very often, but it's like, why? Oh, we haven't prepared it yet. We're waiting to, very rare, but unusual. Placing your offer on a signed contract instead of on an offer to purchase form makes your offer much stronger and more appealing. Are there any special conditions? If there are special conditions on the contract, ask the sales agent to tell you what they are. Obviously, your conveyancer will translate them for you, but if it's in legal gobbledygook, then say to the sales agent, can you just tell me what this means? So you've got a good idea of what these special conditions are and how they affect you. Always remember to be polite and respectful. Listen actively and take notes. Pay attention to what the agent says and how they say it. Taking notes is very important, because when you're in an unusual situation, your mind's filtering in one thing and other things are being filtered out based on many different layers of mess that goes on when you're in a stressful situation. Verify the information. Don't rely solely on the agent's information. You can and should conduct your own research and due diligence. Consult your professionals. Your conveyancer and your buyer's coach are your best resources for navigating the buying process. All right, let me see. There we go. The next video is questions about multiple offers. I'll do that in a separate video.